I know you, Toni, dealing with this population, like you said, people are at different stages in life when it comes to moving. When you're dealing with a younger group of people, they're excited to be moving and jumping up to their next big house.
That's correct.
But when you're dealing with the senior community, I myself have dealt with this, it's the parting of their most prized possession.
That's right.
And having to kind of step down. You want to speak a little bit to that?
You're talking to people who have been in their places for years, and their intention was not to leave.
Right.
Okay. So, and they also weren't expecting that their physical condition may not support the lifestyle that they have in their homes.
Right.
You know, they may be in a 2-story home, and frankly, they're not able to walk those steps anymore. I know of a couple of folks personally who are having breathing issues. They are having pulmonary issues that they're dealing with, and they frankly cannot make it up to their bedroom anymore. So now we're having to look at potentially shifting them to be using the bedroom downstairs instead of having to travel up.
Right.
You know, there's lots of different things that come into play when you're talking about a senior who's aging, what we call aging in place.
Right.
Okay, and that's also a big segment of this certification is understanding aging in place, making a safe place for you to be aging in, and or is it time, knowing when it's time to make a transition, being able to identify whether or not you should be downsizing and going to an assisted living facility, or whether or not it's best for you to be going with a family member, or if that's a possibility. So there are all these different scenarios that come up, and all of these things are taught to us through this training. We talk a lot about dementia and Alzheimer's. That in and of itself is a whole nother arena of expertise that is required. Because what happens with dementia, as you remember when we had the president of the Alzheimer's Association on, you know, these people may not be physically challenged, and so they live longer, but they're mentally not there.
Right.
And or challenged. So that requires another level of care, which ultimately is a lot more expensive. Okay. So there's just a whole nother, and how you deal with a patient who's with dementia, there are certain facilities that you have to work with that are specialized in dementia and or Alzheimer's.